She walked like wind across the street, with shadows dancing at her feet, her eyes fixed on a sky so wide. She never once looked to the side. I called her name, she didn't flinch. Her grip on freedom wouldn't pinch. She never looked down, not once, not then. She chased the stars past every end. And I stood still with open hands while she drew maps in different lands. No plea, no frown, she never looked down, and I was just the ground she passed. She kissed me soft, then faced the dawn, as if the night was just a yawn. I begged the moment not to go, she was built to always flow, like rivers running past their source. She never questioned love or course. She never looked down, no tears, no weight. She never feared dressed in softer slurs. No crown, no gown, she never looked down, and I just watched her hesitate, but never break. Some hearts aren't meant for staying, they bloom then go, no delaying. I was the pause, she was the race. I memorized her vanishing grace. She never looked down, just forward, far. She lit her path with morning star. Too long, she gave me something strong and gone. No chain, no now, she never looked down, and I still live beneath her song. The clouds had wept and wandered on. The thunder stilled, the storm was gone. The streets lay glassed in silver sheen, a quiet world scrubbed cold and clean. I stepped outside, the sky was pale, and every drop told me her tale. After the rain fell, the silence had a spell, like all the tears we never shed, just waited there on rooftops head, no words to yell. After the rain fell, her name came softer than farewell. Flowers bowed with heavy grace, as if they'd seen her fleeting face. The gutters hummed a lullaby, and I remembered how she'd cry. Not loud, not sharp, just like the breeze that lingers long on shivering trees. After the rain fell, I knew too much to tell. The air still held her citrus tone and made the breeze feel not alone. Each puddle swell. After the rain fell, reflected things I shouldn't dwell. Some love is thunder, bold and brief. Some love is what comes in relief. Not the storm, but what remains. The scent, the hush, the water stains. After the rain fell, she passed too light to quell. No storm could wash her fully clean. She stayed beneath each in-between, in sky, in shell. After the rain fell, I knew I'd never break her spell. She left like dusk behind the trees. No wave, no word, no final keys. The sky turned gray but said no why. Just watched her silhouette slip by. I searched the roads, the open gate, but nothing stirred or bent to fate. Nothing pointed her home. No signs, no stars to roam. No footprints on the morning grass. No echo down the underpass. The wind just moaned, but nothing pointed her home. She left like she was never known. The porch light burned for 7 days, then flickered out in smoky haze. I wrote her name in window steam, but time erased my quiet dream. The map we made is torn and bare, each line a thread that leads nowhere. Nothing pointed her home. No letters call or poem. The birds returned but not her eyes. The sky forgot to sympathize. The world had grown, and nothing pointed her home. She walked past places love had sown. Ooh. She didn't slam a door that day. No suitcase packed, no words to say. She simply leaned into the gray and slowly let the world decay. No footsteps fading down the street, just silence curling at her feet. The way she vanished was quiet as a sigh. No storm, no scream, no reason why. Just empty cups and blinking lights that dimmed across our final nights. No flame, no ashes. The way she vanished was softer than goodbye. I spoke, but she was miles inside, like talking to a changing tide. Her laughter thinned, her glances flew to corners I no longer knew. And every time I reached her face, she'd melt into another place. The way she vanished was nothing like the films. No tears, no chase, no hallway limbs. Just air that slowly lost her scent, and echoes of where hours went. No crash, no damage. The way she vanished left only things I never meant. Some hearts don't leave, they fade to mist in spaces once they used to kiss. They blur the edge of love and gone until you blink, and they are none. The way she vanished still plays in quiet rooms where shadows sweep with phantom brooms. And though I search the creaking floor, she isn't here, not anymore. No trace, no anguish, just the way she vanished, like morning lost inside perfume.
I wrote her notes in quiet hours between the rain and wilting flowers. I placed them where she'd surely see, beside the mug, beneath the key. But days went by, the pages stayed, still folded neat, still inked and frayed. Letters left unread, stacked like words I never said. No scribbled lines could change her mind, no tear-stained thoughts could make her kind. She never bled for letters left unread, and I still write them in my head. The doorbell rang, but silence always softly sang. I wrote of love and little things, of coffee cups and wedding rings. Put all my hope in pen and thread, lay still in drawers of things unsaid. Letters left unread became the things I dread. 1,000 lines she'll never know, 1,000 ways I let her go. Still gently led by letters left unread, each word a ghost I softly fed. Some hearts replied, some disappeared, some read with eyes, but never here. And mine was left to write alone, on paper cold as polished stone. Letters left unread now fill the space instead of answers, hands, or final talks. Just paper aging in a box. No thread, no red, just letters left unread, and silence where footsteps fled. She smiled but didn't hold the line. Her laughter cracked just past the spine. She spoke but paused before each word, like every sound no longer stirred. I felt her hand slip from my knee, like wind that's leaving from the sea. Before the sky turned, the light was thin and stern. The sun still shone, but with a sigh, like even it had learned goodbye. The blue still burned before the sky turned, but love already ceased to yearn. She moved around like she was gone. Her body stayed but drifted on. The coffee cooled before her sip. Her name began to lose its grip, and in her gaze I saw a gate. She'd found the key, I found the way. Before the sky turned, I saw the quiet churn. The leaves all trembled without breeze. The minutes slowed like aching knees. No flame discerned. Before the sky turned, but something left that won't return. We think the sky must first go black before we know she won't come back. Some goodbyes are made of haze, of daylight but for the end that neither lover could defend. No wrath, no spurn, before the sky turned. She let go softer than the wind. They say the heart still keeps a trace of every smile, of every face. But in this room where we once lay, not even shadows choose to stay. The air is flat, the floor is dry, no whispers left, no echoes cry. Even her ghost fled. No hauntings in my bed, no creaking floor, no candle dim, no distant hum of phantom hymn, just space and dread. Even her ghost fled, like memory too tired to tread. I called her name into the night, but silence swallowed all the light. No chill upon the window pane, no voice that trembles in the rain. She didn't linger, didn't stay, not even dreams come through this way. Even her ghost fled, left not a thread. No perfume caught in linen folds, no glance behind the cupboard holes, no sign she bled. Even her ghost fled, like grief that simply chose instead. Some leave a mark in time's long spine, but she erased both hers and mine. I search in places most forget, but all I find is blank regret. Even her ghost fled, no visions overhead, just stillness deep enough to drown. No flickers dressed in tattered gowns, no voice I've wed. Even her ghost fled and left this house too dead to dread.
We didn't fight, we didn't break, no dishes thrown, no big mistake, just quiet evenings, side by side, where all the words had gone to hide. The tea went cold, the light stayed on, but something warm was dead and gone. The quiet one first, before the vows reversed, before the bags were ever packed, before the smiles had even cracked. It slipped and cursed, rehearsed. No thunder came, no doors were slammed, just silent rooms that slowly jammed. The clock still ticked, the sink still dripped, but every glance was tightly zipped. We spoke in nods and sipped the air, pretending not to know or care. The quiet one first, no warning, no outburst. It spread between the morning news and filled the space like phantom shoes. No line rehearsed. The quiet one first, and took us both without the worst. Not all end, shout or rage or run. Some disappear like setting sun. And when you speak but hear no sound, you learn which battles leave no ground. The quiet one first, no blood but still a hearse. It claimed our house, our daily breath, and left us only signs of death, too still to nurse. The quiet one first, and love forgot the way to thirst. The photo's still upon the wall, but something's missing in it all. Her face remains, the light is right, but shadows lean too far from sight. It used to glow in golden pine, now looks like someone else's time. She took the frame, left just the name. The glass intact, but nothing holds. The corners curl like stories told without a claim. She took the frame, and all the meaning left the same. I found the nails she pulled with care, no broken wood, no signs of wear. But where it hung, the wall feels white, like love itself had stepped aside. I tried to mount a different view, but every picture bled her hue. She took the frame, not loud, not lame. She didn't need to take the face, just took the edge, the shape, the place. No one to blame. She took the frame and left the center out of aim. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time, and even joy begins to fade without the border love it made. She took the frame and left the flame, still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time, and even joy begins to fade without the border love had made. She took the frame and left the blade still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. She spoke so soft I had to lean, her voice a thread, a silken seam. But when she stopped, the room grew loud with things she never said aloud. Her final word was plain and small, but left to wait I can't recall. Beneath the sound she left were truths she never kept. A silence deeper than the note that clung like buttons on her coat. No scream, no theft, just sound. She left, and what it buried in my chest. I play her voice on tape again, but all I hear is cold within. The way her breath would catch and pause, like tides retreating from a cause. She didn't cry, she didn't plead, but left a wound that doesn't bleed. Beneath the sound she left were questions I still heft, like chords that hung without resolve, like poems time refused to solve. No tone bereft, just sound. She left, and silence stitched between each cleft. They say goodbye is shaped by tone, but hers left shadows not her own. And now the quiet hums her name through walls that haven't been the same. Beneath the sound she left, my heart still takes a breath, expecting echoes that won't come, just resonance that makes me numb. No voice, no cleft, just sound. She left, and all the truths she tucked beneath. Beneath the sound she left, my heart still takes a breath. She used to sing while folding sheets, a melody the floorboards greet. It lingered sweet on window glass, like honey trailing in the past. But now the walls just hum alone, as if her tone was never known. A voice that didn't stay, just slipped and ran away. No echo in the coffee steam, no whisper laced in morning's gleam. It won't replay, that voice won't stay. It left with more than just the day. I tried to catch it on the stairs, the vow she'd leave like floating prayers. But silence met me every floor, with sounds I never asked before. The breeze now speaks in stranger tongues, and nothing sounds where once she sung. A voice that didn't stay, no note for me to wait. Just empty space in spoken threads, and pauses stitched across our beds. No word to lay, her voice won't stay. It vanished like a vow delayed. Some voices haunt the things we keep, but hers just dove too deep. And now I strain through every line for something soft, for some small sign. A voice that didn't stay still walks the halls astray. Not in my ears, but in my hands, where absence tries to understand. No song to play, a voice that didn't stay. Just silence singing in its way. Felt it loosen in the breeze, the thread between her hand and me. A tug once tight, then slack with grace. No warning tone, no frantic pace. Just one soft pause, a glance too long, and everything we stitched went wrong. When the thread slipped, it didn't crack or rip, just floated out of where it tied, between our days and midnight rides. No tear, no grip. When the thread slipped, the world remained, but love it tipped. Didn't feel the final pull, it left no scar, no broken spool. But seams we wore began to fray, and silence wore the words smiled like someone half awake, and every step became a break. When the thread slipped, no vows were lost or flipped, just absence slowly filled the seams and blurred the edges of our dreams. No storm equipped. When the thread slipped, it left the frame but took the script. Some bonds don't snap, they simply slide and drift beyond the reach of pride. And though I reached, I couldn't trace where she had gone, what left her face. When the thread slipped, the lights began to dim, and though her hand was still in mine, it felt like cloth without design, too soft to grip. When the thread slipped, we let go without the slip. She used to lean upon the pane, with morning light across her frame. The glass would fog where she would breathe, then clear with words she'd never leave. But now it only frames the trees. No silhouette, no warmth, no keys. What the window held has long since been dispelled. No trace of hand, no gaze remains, just light that bends through empty panes. No tale retelled, what the window held was gone before I even knelt. The curtain sways without her there, a dance with ghosts that left nowhere. And though the sun still finds its line, it doesn't catch what once was mine. The birds still fly beyond the glass, but none reflect the time we passed. What the window held no longer can be spelled. It kept her glance, her Sunday hum, her whispers soft as kettles drum. But now no meld. What the window held is just the sky where day once dwelled. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sink. What the window held has quietly been shelved. No voice to press, no frame to trace, just silence dressed in outer space. No tear expelled. What the window held was all I lost but never felt. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sing. No tear expelled what the window held. Was all I lost but never felt. We stood between the open door. The words we knew had said no more. Her eyes looked down, my hands were still, a space too wide, a breath to fill. No argument, no final plea, just waiting on what couldn't be. Before the quiet spoke, we hung on every joke, like laughter might rewind the fall, like echoes might still scale the wall. No word we broke. Before the quiet spoke, we listened hard to all we choked. The floor was clean, the air was thin, like love had left but not walked in. She brushed her sleeve like dust from years. I smiled too soft to catch her tears. A clock somewhere had paused its tick, as if the end had one more trick. Before the quiet spoke, the moment nearly broke. I saw her mouth begin to part, but silence beat her to the start, too sharp to cloak. Before the quiet spoke, it told me more than hearts provoke. It told me more than some farewells land without a sound, but leave the loudest kind around. And when the hush begins to rise, it casts the truth we can't disguise. Before the quiet spoke, the room exhaled its smoke. She turned not fast but like a thread, unspooling words we never said, no dream we stoke. Before the quiet spoke, I knew what love could not revoke. She almost spoke, I almost stayed. The moment carved, but not yet weighed. Her lips began a fragile line, then folded back like closing time.
No clock had chimed, no glass had rung, but something deep inside unsung. In the pause between what is and might have been, we stood like echoes out of place, too close to speak, too far to trace. No scene, no scream. In the pause between, we lost what silence can't redeem. The light was soft, the room held still. The window breathed against the sill. Her shadow touched the edge of mine, but neither dared to realign. The truth was near, but not yet named, so we just stared and left it framed. In the pause between, no lies, no sweet routine, just tension thin as autumn's air, where words were ghosts that wouldn't dare. No loud machine. In the pause between, we watched the quiet intervene. They say love ends with storms or sighs, but ours dissolved in still goodbyes. Not said aloud, not marked in ink, just slipped beneath the floor, I think. In the pause between, the world turned evergreen, but not for us, we stayed in gray, afraid to leave, too faint to stay. No king, no queen. In the pause between, we left and never broke the scene.
I left the keys in the motel drawer, checked out, the boots still wet from the floor. Gas station coffee, bitter and thin. Another town I won't come back to again. There's a radio playing some Springsteen line about hearts on fire and borrowed time. And I'm driving toward the westbound sky, chasing shadows I can't justify. Rear view full of things unsaid. Mile by mile I lose what I fled. Maybe freedom's just a lie, but I'll keep chasing that westbound sky. The diner girl with the crooked smile said we all run, but stay a while. I nodded, paid, and hit the street with ghosts asleep in the passenger seat.
just how some people are. And I'm driving toward the westbound sky, where goodbye always feels bone dry. I talk to roads, to signs, to songs, pretend they answer all that's wrong. Maybe love was just a try that burned beneath this westbound sky. No map, no call, no hands to hold, just yellow lines and nights gone cold. But something in the way clouds break feels like the soul this world can't fake. So I'm driving toward the westbound sky till the ache runs out or reasons die. And if I fade behind the wheel, at least I chased what might be real, the kind of dream you can't deny when you belong to the westbound sky. I found it in a drawer beneath some postcards and a winter wreath, a mixtape labeled June and Blue, side A for me, side B for you. Your handwriting a little bent, like all the words you never sent. A mixtape left in an old drawer, with voices I don't hear no more. Each track a scar, each pause a breath, a soundtrack stitched with love and death. And though the tape won't always play, the silence still knows what we'd say. That mixtape left in an old drawer still holds the us that came before. Landslide fades into something fine. Your taste in songs was close to mine, but in between the tunes we chose were things we hid and didn't show. Like why you left and where you went, and what that midnight message meant. A mixtape left in an old drawer still spins like time inside a war. A reel of highs, a loop of ache, where nothing's fake and nothing's safe. And though the years have changed the sound, the ghosts in there still hang around. That mixtape left in an old drawer says what our mouths don't anymore. No Spotify, no modern screen, just ribbon dreams and tambourines. And if I press rewind tonight, I might forgive or hold too tight. A mixtape left in an old drawer reminds me who we made it for.
though we never played side B. It sings like you were here with me. A fragile thing, a worn out score, but still it plays, and I want warmth.
You never said you loved me, but you stayed past closing time. We never kissed at sunrise, but you held my hand in rhyme. We shared no plans, no promises, no stories etched in stone. But somehow in your silence I felt more seen than I had known. And I miss you like a song that never played, like a bed that's made but never laid. You're not an ex, you're not a past, but you're the echo built to last. No photos, fights, or worn out threads, just all the things we left unsaid. I miss someone I never really had, and that hurts more than it should have. We laughed like rain on desert ground, so rare, so soft, no echo sound. We sat on stairs and named the moon, then let the moment end too soon. You never asked what could have been, I never dared to try, and now you're just a maybe in the corner of my sky. And I miss you like a train that passed at night, like a spark that almost caught the light. We had no date, no final page, but still I ache like I've been caged. No candles burned, no songs gone sad, just space you filled and never had. I miss someone I never really had, like missing wind you never grabbed. Some hearts don't break from love grown deep, but from the dreams we failed to keep. And yours was one I never knew, but still I wake up thinking of you. I miss you like a line that went unsung, like bells that never got to rung. You weren't a loss, you weren't mine, but God, you lived between each line. And though it seems a little mad, wrote you lines with trembling hands from motel desks and borderlands, stamped each thought with quiet grace. could read my messy place. But they came back one by one, marked return and underdone. Letters returned unopened, like prayers left in the rain. Each word I chose got frozen in that silence you ordained. No postmark of forgiveness, no ink to ease the pain, just letters returned unopened, and a heart you won't explain. The paper smelled of midnight smoke, of songs and truths we never spoke. I sealed regret behind my name, but you just sent it back the same. You didn't burn, you didn't cry, just sent it like you walked on by. Letters returned unopened, like ghosts without a face. No tears, stains, or erasures, just the coldness of your grace. No note inside that said I'm fine, no scribbled lines or sign, just letters returned unopened, and a love that's out of time. They say that words can bridge the space, but not when they're refused a place. And now my thoughts live in a pile, stamped unbroken, out of style. The letters returned unopened now live in my top drawer, still folded with the hope I had when I slipped them past your door. And maybe one day you'll unfold the things I never could withhold. Till then, they rest unopened, like the heart you once controlled. There's a clock above my window frame. It's cracked and chipped, but still the same. It doesn't tick from 9 to 5, just hums awake when dreams arrive. It stirs when streetlights start to glow, and moves where sunlight will not go. A clock that only works at night counts the moments out of sight. It ticks in silence, skips the day, wins in things I dare not say. It doesn't chime, it doesn't boast, it haunts the hours I miss the most. A clock that only works at night. Like all the truth I try to hide. I asked a friend to fix its gears. He laughed and said, it runs on years. But I know better I've seen it spin when old songs pull the dark within. It beats for ghosts and failed goodbyes, for second thoughts and sleepless skies. A clock that only works at night counts regrets in shadowed light. Each tick a name, each talk a plea, each midnight stroke a part of me. And though it's quiet through the dawn, it waits until my mask is gone. A clock that only works at night still keeps her time, though she's in flight. Some timepieces don't tell the hour, they hold the ache that once held power. And every hand that slowly turns reminds me of the love that burned. A clock that only works at night stays hidden from the world's bright spite. It keeps her laughing seconds lost, measures love not worth the cost. I wind it once, I let it rest against the silence in my chest. The clock that only works at night still knows the heart that beats repressed.
I changed the bulb last New Year's Eve, though no one said they planned to leave. You packed one bag, you shut the door, but left your sweater near the floor. I swept the step, I made the bed, but didn't touch the words you said. And the porch light stayed on through every dusk, through every dawn, like some small flame that won't give in, still shining where you might have been. Neighbors asked if you'd return. I just smiled and let it burn. The porch light stayed on, even when all else was gone. The dog still waits at 10:30, like you might round that bend again. The swing still creaks when no one sits, like memory tugging at its bits. I almost turned it off one night, but couldn't make that feel quite right. So the porch light stayed on, like a stubborn, quiet song. No calendar said goodbyes, just shadows painted in disguise.
lights are just for show, but some are love that doesn't know how to dim or say it's done. Even when it's lost the sun. And the porch light stayed on long after all signs had withdrawn. It never asked for reason why, it only knew how not to die. And if you ever pass this place, that little bulb will know your face. The porch light stayed on, like the part of me that never moved on.
I wrote it down on hotel notepads, folded lines between the good and bad. Your name in ink, your laughing rhyme, a second chance that missed its time. I kept it hidden in my coat, the weight of every word I wrote. It's the note I never sent, full of things I might have meant, 1,000 truths I never spoke, in sentences that nearly broke. No address, no final page, just thoughts that couldn't leave the cage. The note I never sent still burns without a vent. It had your song, it had your storm. It kept my side of love still warm. I crossed out lines, I wrote too fast, like I still love you from the past. I signed it once, then changed my name, afraid you'd read it just the same. It's the note I never sent, a quiet scream, a last lament. It said too much, not enough, like half a dance, like broken stuff. You wouldn't know what it could mean, but in my hands it still felt clean. The note I never sent was where my silence went. I thought of mailing it each spring, but some confessions clip their wings. And though I moved and let you go, the paper stays beneath my soul. Ooh. It's the note I never sent, not for lack of will or punishment, but some truths die too slow to speak, and bloom in ink but never leak. So if one day you wonder why no love was there, it just passed by. In the note I never sent, still folded where I meant. She calls and falls, just after dusk, when leaves turn gold and hearts turn husk. Her voice is low, her words unsure, like someone knocking on a door. She lingers close through winter's frost, then melts away like morning lost. She forgets me in spring, when flowers bloom and bluebirds sing. I fade beneath the warmer skies as new love shine in greener eyes. She only needs me when it's gray, when life feels far and hope's away. She forgets me in spring, like I was just a borrowed thing. We walk through snow, we talk like flames. She speaks in half-remembered names. But when the thaw begins to rise, I see goodbye behind her eyes. She packs her laugh with daffodils and leaves me with the winter chills. She forgets me in spring, like snow forgets the suffering, like coats return to closet hooks, like poems skipped in newer books. And though she never says goodbye, I watch her lift into July. She forgets me in spring, while I remember everything. I wish I bloomed with brighter leaves, but I'm the one who always grieves. Some love survives through every sun, but ours just ends when days have begun. She forgets me in spring, while I still feel the echo ring of nights we shared by candles glow, now swallowed by the river's flow. I wade through summer, fall, and cold to be her warmth when life grows old. She forgets me in spring, but I'm the song she used to sing. It hung behind the kitchen door, worn at the cuffs, a little torn. I didn't buy it, wasn't new. It smelled like rain and distant you. I think she left it late last fall, or maybe no one came at all. The jacket that wasn't mine, but fit like something by design. It held the shape of someone's grace, a ghost stitched deep in every trace. I wore it once on colder nights and felt her leaving in the lights. The jacket that wasn't mine still held the weight of some goodbye. There's lipstick stain on collar thread, a song tag I had never read. It's not my color, not my size, but still it hides me from the skies. I asked around, but no one knew who left their past in woven blue. The jacket that wasn't mine became my shelter over time. jacket that wasn't mine now feels more mine than things I find. We keep what strangers leave behind and make it part of our own kind, like stories found in thrift store sleeves or names forgotten by the leaves. The jacket that wasn't mine still hangs where time forgot the line between what's given, what's been lost, and what we wear despite the cost. I'll keep it clean, I'll keep it near until her memory disappears. The jacket that wasn't mine now fits me just like old design.